Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all.
Yes, indeed. My light is off. 1 second. Oh, ye are, let there be light. And lo, there was indeed light. It is a biblical happening. 1 second. There. Oh no, I feel like I'm off center. I feel like I'm skew with. I don't know. Something feels wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Something feels wrong. Well, there is the impending nuclear holocaust. That feels a bit iffy there, folks. What can you do? That took a step up. So, man, it's really segging into my view on reality, right? Because today, I mentioned, is the evening. It's the beginning of the month of Adar, right? Month of Adar is where reality inverts. It's where like, okay, if we are living in a simulation, as many people do say we are, I believe we are as well. I view it differently. I think we're living in God, right? Essentially, yeah. I mean, like, God is everything, right? So God needs to give. Because God's altruistic, because every good quality of God, God comprises of every good quality, right? Because He's God. No, but if you're going to create reality, you're going to create an ethical structure in your image. That would make sense. So anyway, God needs to give. So the best form of giving is essentially parenting. Right, when you birth another being, right, or an independent being, sort of. So that's not possible because God's infinite, and if something's infinite, it's not finite. There can only be one of it, right? That's it. There can only be one. That's it. There's only one of anything. So that's where it gets weird. So that's the books of Kabbalah say God pulls back His essence to create space and time. Oh, and it's fantastic freaking coffee. Mwah! Yeah, pulls back his essence to create space and time. Best analogy I ever heard is if you imagine putting a white light through a prism, it separates into its different colors. Well, those colors were there, but they said that's what, pulling back is, right? If that gives you a illustration, right? That's what I'm looking for. So anyway, creating time and space and the ability to perceive reality independently, right? We perceive reality as we're an independent being, right? But we're not really independent beings. We are all one connected organism. Or not orgasm. But I wouldn't be opposed. You know me. Easy going. And in the right time and place, don't mind a good orgasm myself, quite frankly. This coffee though is a close second. So basically, this pulling back a reality, it's a construct. It's a construct that we live in. It's real, but it's not as real. It's not as real as we think it. It's not the only reality. It's a smaller reality within a greater one, right? So that facade or facade, I never know how to pronounce it. I think facade is apt to fall in the month of Adar, right? And it's just started right now, right? So parenthetically, I think we're coming towards apocalyptic times, I think, right? I think, well, and also redemptive times, right? I've been banging this drum for quite some time. So as the energy of the month came in, and I think it only matters where it is in Israel, because Israel is the puncture point on which reality was created, right? Imagine reality is a balloon. You blow it up, and God blew it up. So the bit that the first bit created it was Israel, and everything comes out from that, right? So that's why Israel time is like the only reason 0 is Greenwich Mean Time is because the British said that's where 0 is, right? And again, this is all Kabbalistic stuff. 0 actually goes through Jerusalem, through the basically just left of the Dome of the Rock, right? It's 0, right? In Jerusalem, that's the just left of it, right? So that facade falls, right? So for that reason, we celebrate the pinnacle of that month is the 15th. We have the holiday of Purim, which is we celebrate it by dressing up, by putting on masks, right? Because to symbolize how the reality is a mask, and you get drunk. You get drunk enough so your conscious mind can't function anymore, right? And you see that there's the only thing is real is God, right? That's you pierce through that reality, and that's the point of the holiday of Purim, right? Which we got coming up. And it's like I've done it a few times. It's very cool. It doesn't last long. It's very, very cool. And then I pass out. but that was coming up. Now, if we're heading to like a apocalyptic redemptive times, right? You know, we did it as the energy of Adar came in. A thing happened. Right, which I think might be important, right? I don't know. We're gonna look at the story, but I think this might be important. Where is it? 1 second, doink. Yeah. So this literally happened. I was like getting ready for the show. Hang on. So this is from the Post Millennial. Breaking news, and it really is. It really is. So it's breaking news. Now I don't know how big a deal this is. It sounds it from the headline, but we'll read it as we go through. Putin blames West for provoking and prolonging war in Ukraine. I wouldn't say on YouTube I agree with him, but I certainly understand that argument. I mean, it seems to me that Putin has always been following the Kennedy doctrine about not allowing a military build-up on its borders by NATO, right? That was always the agreement. That's why Ukraine was supposed to be not part of NATO. It was the buffer zone. And they've been, aggressively building up there for a while. It seems to me the Americans want a chunk of Russia's natural gas business, and that's really what it boils down to. Right, the more of that they can get, the better, and I think that's what this war is actually about, right? But so Putin blames West for suspend START treaty. Now I don't know what that means, but that doesn't sound good, does it? That doesn't sound good. Puts nukes on combat duty. Now I have no idea what that means. Didn't he do that a while ago? I have to declare that Russia is suspending its participation in a treaty on strategic offensive arms. That means what exactly? It's Jack. See, this is Jack Puzabek's channel. I tend to have respect for him, right? I mean, if there's anybody needs to be like a Walter Cronkite of our day, it's Jack Puzabek, right? He's got that like authoritative voice and timbre. You can put him in a suit. I think you can put him on at 6 o'clock, have a nightly news. That's your man, right? Jack Puzabek, right? I really, I tend to trust devout Christians, right? I really do, because, I mean, more than I trust devout, I don't know. Are you guys like devout Jews? Because I don't trust them. Man. Yeah, I used to, but whoa, no more. But I know. I say all the best clients I've ever have been devout Christians, right? They've just been a delight. Oh my gosh, wish everybody was like you guys. Oh, such a pleasure. Anyway, I digress. And if you're not a devout Christian, I'm sure you're lovely too. Don't get me wrong. During President Vladimir Putin's State of the Nation address, the Russian leader announced that Moscow will be suspending its position in the new START treaty. It was a new treaty, okay? A nuclear treaty that with the US that limits the number of nuclear weapons each country can hold. Okay, so they're just like, we gotta make more of this shit. More. No, we must make more. You know, now I'm in the mood. Did you ever see that? There's a great comic book. You probably didn't see it. It didn't last long, called The Red Star, which was like the Russian military complex in like the 50s, being powered by psi powers and magic. It's really cool, and it was the first thing that really used combined artwork and CGI. Look absolutely stunning, man. They had these oversized volumes. Oh, The Red Star, freaking gorgeous book. Fine. They want to inflict a strategic defeat on the US and try to get our nuclear facilities at the same time, Putin said, according to the Associated Press. In this context, I have to declare today that Russia is only suspending its participation in the treaty on. Okay, blah blah blah. Fine. Ministry of Defense must ensure that Russia is ready to test its nuclear weapons. Okay. Vladimir says that Russia is suspended. Fine. I mean, like, dude, if you have them, you know, you shouldn't need to be testing them. You should be pretty sure they're going to work, right? Right? I mean, like, that's what I would suggest, right? You should be pretty sure they could work. According to the Daily Mail, the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, God, fuck me, we're at the end of the universe. I mean, look, even though I didn't think the apocalypse was coming, if I knew Antony Blinken will have to deal with fuck me, he's such a moron. I'm not joking. This guy is such a moron, Antony Blinken. Oh, makes you feel confident with Bojo. I mean, he's that much of a moron, Blinken. Oh, God, it ever help us. Anyway, we'll be watching carefully to see what Russia actually does. We'll, of course, make sure that in any... I mean, these are people who are in charge of the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, they were just shooting down, like, you know, balloons from gas stations and car dealerships after shitting themselves a week. You know, meanwhile, they let the first one go by and pretend it was fine. Yeah, God help us. And in England, you fucked more, okay? I don't know what to tell you. You just are. Thank God in Israel, our government is like doing things that the leftists don't like. I'm like, oh, they don't like it, and they're freaking out. Oh, man, they're freaking out about the Supreme Court. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I guess I assume they're having their power cut. And good. Piece of shit legislative body that nobody elected, right? Essentially. What are we up to? We're watching to see what Russia does. So he called the Putin's decision deeply unfortunate and irresponsible. Fuck you. This guy looks like Captain Irresponsibility, right? He looks like Hunter Biden on a good day. Yeah, not good. So we're watching what it actually does. We'll, of course, make sure in any event that we're all posturing appropriately for the security of our own country and allies. Said Blinken, I think that it matters that we continue to act responsibly, blah, 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 blah. Okay, U.S. officials have stated Russia has refused to allow inspections which are halted during the pandemic to resume. Russia's not combined with all of it. No, they just said they're not doing that, right? In this situation, Rosatom and Defense Ministry must ensure readiness of Russian nuclear weapons. Putin said, we naturally won't be the first to do it, but if the US conducts tests, okay, fuck off. Oh, they're all like shouting, they're taking a next step. Like, I mean, dude. I don't know. That just sounds like you're being a bit of a bitch, quite frankly. Like, doesn't sound like anything changed to me, right? That doesn't sound like anything changed, but I don't know. They seem to be freaking out about it. So they be like, yeah, man. So I don't know what to tell you. Is this the end of days? It certainly looks like it. I mean, like, it really genuinely does certainly look like it. Anyway, what's it? Oh, yeah, so that was, man, Okay, that was serendipity. I was just looking at Twitter at the same time, right? And somebody had pointed out they found a Dear John. Remember the show Dear John about the divorce guy? I think it was Ralph Bates, wasn't it? And he died, so they couldn't make any more, right? But yeah, was it? So somebody had posted that online. So yeah, no, there's nothing more about the end of the world. Fine, we're cool. Somebody had posted online a copy of like they just found Dear John. Look, that's who Blinken looks like. He looks exactly like Ralph Bates in Dear John. He's got like expression. It really does. Man, oh man. So yeah, so that so that is going down. Also, I finished watching Derek. I'm going to do a quick review of Derek right now. Because Derek is a show that I avoided. I avoided the show Derek because I thought it would be emotionally manipulative. And it is, right? It made me cry basically every episode, right? So it's a Ricky Gervais show. And to me, it seemed like about a man who's got some kind of like retardation, some kind of like social issue. So yeah, he's not right, right? Somebody is not right, but he's like the most loving, forgiving, and like good person ever, right? Like, so that's essentially who he is. And he works in an old age home and around people dying, essentially, right? So it sounds like it'll be quite dour, right? Let me see if I can pull up some images from it. 1 second. Ricky Gervais. Derek. There you go. Doink. Let me get about some. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Now look at the pictures. I see why I shied away from it. It looks like he's taking the piss out of retarded people, essentially. Yeah. 1 second. Oh yeah, that's a good picture. That shows everybody. Doink. Let me see if I get any more. Doink. And then there's this. Have you noticed there's a new like image format? WE WebP. WE WebP. WEBP. What is that? Where'd that come from? That's a new thing. Right? I don't need another new thing. No more new things, please. Okay? No more new things. There we go. And I just grab that image too. Doink. Let me open these up. Doink. Hey! There you go. Muzzles off. Enlarge that. And that. There we go. Fine. There we go. Share screen. There you go. Derek, finally. So this came out from like 2014, I think, or that's when it finished, maybe. For me, this is really I found this very, very uplifting. I found this very uplifting in a way that made my life better, right? It made me focus on what's important in life, right? In Judaism, we have this thing called Musa, which is essentially that, about looking beyond the trivialities of life and seeing the the beauty, the beauty of virtue, right? That's basically it, but like where true happiness and pleasure is being through not from taking but from giving. Like that's a very basic thing that we all know, but that's what Musa is. It's stuff that we all know, but it's good to be reiterated to you over and over again. And that's essentially what this does. And it does it, I would say, in a reasonably manipulative way, right? It does it. It tends to make you cry, and it does quite successfully. So the main character is Ricky Gervais playing. Now he says he's not retarded or mentally, disabled, right? But like, he kind of is. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think yes. I don't know. He may be saying different things, but he seems to me that he is, right. That he's somewhat autistic. Maybe he's like he only like sees the good, right. So that's basically it. So and he's always positive, right, about almost everything. So he lives in this, old age home, and what's saying the blonde woman, the blonde older woman, I should say, there's a blonde younger woman, there's a blonde older woman. She's like runs this old age home, and again, very very giving, selfless person, but has a reasonably shitty life and is poor, right? That's basically it. These people have nothing, and they have true happiness at the same time. They are, we have this it was this proverb. So who is a wealthy person? It's somebody who is joyful with what they have in life, and that's really Derek, and I think that rubs off on everyone. And the underlying message of it is how to make people be good people, right? Being good makes other people be good, right? And it's lovely. It's really genuinely lovely. So anyway, so it starts off Cole Pinkerton, right? The bald guy, and right in the end, it turns out that he took him in when his mother died, and he works as electrician as old people, and I think that's how he ended up there, right? And he's like part of the furniture there now, right? And everybody loves him, right? They have this weird eclectic relationship. So in the first episode, the good-looking guy, standing behind the older blonde woman, says turns up. His grandmother moves in, and he fancies her. So they end up having this on again, off again romance, but more on than off, right? But again, every episode is essentially a lesson in what's important in life and how to be happy. And it's like, so like the younger blonde woman, for example, how she comes into it. She's sent there as a a punishment, like when you community service, right? To do what and she's like very, switched off about everything, it's like, yeah, whatever. And she ends up connecting with the old people, right? Like one of the old ladies asks her about her nails. He says, nothing, because she could see that she's very talented with that. He said, I'm just stupid. And she's like, no, but nobody could be stupid and do that, beautiful work with the nails. Anyway, so she starts doing the beauty work for the old people there, right? And it brings her so much happiness, right? And it changes her life, and it gives her confidence. That's the kind of stories that happen over and over again. It's you just see this guy who basically has nothing, who has everything, who makes everybody happy. So you got this, and the other guy, the other Kev, who's like the most comedy character. That basically an alcoholic bum that hangs around the old age home. I don't really understand it, but that's basically, how is he there? I don't know. Here, let's look it up on I'll move this over here. Let's look this up on Wikipedia, and we'll go through the episodes if there's anything of note to say. But yeah, look, it's on Netflix in Israel. For me, this is a huge recommend, right? It just makes me happy. That's basically the truth. It's like, my wife watches these shit shows, and I'm like, I can never really understand how. And she's like, yeah, look, I just want to switch off and be happy. Right? This is basically what that is, but I think this is on a much more, weirdly moral level. for some, what's the genesis? The pilot episode aired in 2012. Man, we had no idea how good we had it. Man, from 2010 to 2015, we had no freaking idea how freaking good we had it. Yeah, insane. It was insane how good we had things. Great Doctor Who. What's the name was just Battlestar Galactica had just been on. Oh man, we had so much good stuff. Technology was good. I just think, oh man, I want to go. If I could live in a loop, be from 2005 to 2015. Yeah, I like that era. That's the best decade, right? Absolutely. The title character made his first appearance in 2001 in a reference show Rubbernecker, right? It does seem like you take the piss out of mentally ill people, right? That's it. It just does. And this is trying to justify it. Half my family are care workers. My sister works with kids with learning difficulties. My sister-in-law in care home for people with Alzheimer's. And 4 or 5 of my nieces work in old people's home. I always write about what I know. Okay, so that's basically what I'm talking about. So in the pilot episode, the plot is 50-year-old 50-year-old Derek notes a care worker at Broad Hill Home for Elderly. He's worked there for 3 years. He likes watching reality television. Yeah, no, he's just a very upbeat character. Let me see the episodes. There's this really nice bit in the episode, right, where Carl Pinkerton, like the fix-it man, is like, what is the point of fixing this person has broken the old woman has broken a picture, and he's like, well, what's the point? She's not going to know. She's not even going to notice. She's like doesn't know where she is, and so he says, remember when we went to see the tortoise? He's 200 years old. Imagine if you were that tortoise and we said, who cares what you think? Who cares? How would you feel? Right? And that's basically, the essence of kindness, saying, how would you feel? All right. That again, according to one of our great sages, I think Hillel. It could be Shammai. I'm pretty sure it's Hillel. What's the essence of Judaism? It's called V'afta L're'echa kamocha. Love your neighbor like yourself. Well, so what does that mean? It's like not if you like Jaffa cakes, you make him eat Jaffa cakes. No, you think, what would you like somebody to think? How would you like somebody to be thoughtful of you? And you be thoughtful of them. And also we give ourselves a pass for bad stuff sometimes. Maybe give other people a pass in the same way. All right. So it starts off the visit from the council. They get their funding removed. One episode, they get him drunk. That's when the older blonde woman comes in. Kev brings a morose, obese, ugly, middle-aged woman into the home. He boasts about how much sex they have. Yeah. There is quite a lot of what's the word? This is not something for your to watch with a vicar. Maybe it depends on your vicar, I guess. But listen, it progresses nicely, right? And it's I like how the villains are always selfish, right? I like it's like it's a basic lessons for life, right? It's basic lessons for life. That when I say lessons for life, to make you happy, right? That's really the truth. So the first series, when nobody really knew what it was by far the best, right? It really was. That's where I think it was the strongest. Second series, it became a bit more performative. There's a bit where his favorite dog has to be put down, and oh man, that's how I ended up watching the show, because it's I very much related to that. But and you see he has this relationship with his father, whatever, who was a stranger. It was it's nice. That makes you happy. It really is a nice, happy show. And there was a Christmas special back in 2014, right? Which was the last one ever. When did this? It was last one ever. Basically, when there's it's a very much a happy ending with having finding happiness in a hard life of giving, right? And it's like that, and that's where real happiness is, right? And I think that's what the overwhelming message of the show is. It's absolutely lovely. It really is absolutely lovely. On Netflix here in Israel, I think internationally. So it really is a strong recommend. Give the pilot a try. There you go. Did my review of I was waiting to finish the whole thing, right, before I reviewed it. Man, I'm so behind on so many things. I got to watch Clone Wars. I watched the Meghan Markle South Park because I fell asleep during the first time. Holy shit. Well, we get to the Meghan Markle stuff. We're going to talk about that. Holy shit. That's crazy. I mean, that is so. I don't know. I'm intrigued. Because my daughter was like, didn't understand why I couldn't stand Meghan Markle. I was like, because she's the most disgusting human being ever, like I think anybody's ever seen. Like pure, absolute disgust. I think so. The same response by any human being, right? We are talking about Meghan Markle, right? And she was like, but no, she liked to Netflix. She was like, so now she's going to be on the outskirts of the South Park, right? The South Park has just destroyed her, right? And she's really destroyed herself. It'd be interesting to see what, because my daughter, bless her, it's really incredible, but she very much is buoyed by the currents of social media, right? I wish I could laugh it off in the moment in the same way I do it now. And like also other people, right, man? I was giving advice to somebody's having dealing with a difficult client, right? And it was asking me how I deal with it. And I'm like, well, look, I just charge them. When there's more work, more time, there's more money. You just it's like, the client was like wanting to go back and look at things and change things and be very myopic to a certain extent. So, and like had boundary issues, right? Yeah. Sometimes the other thing, look, if you're a freelancer, let me know. I will give you a freelancer's guide. You need to set boundaries with your clients, right? Set boundaries because they think your per hour fee is their gateway to owning you, right? They really, basically every client, right? Basically everyone. So yeah, he was asking me, and I was like talking about how I don't get angry. I said, try not to get caught up in the justice of it all, right? The injustice of it all. Yeah, we both believe in God. So and remember, this is where God placed you, for whatever reason. And I was just thinking to myself, gee, I wish I could tell myself that that crap again, right? Absolutely. Anyway, let's get to the chat because I am actually I'm about on time. Look at that. We have Jordan Lee here. Make Marvel male again. Well, I think Marvel's saying that as well. They just moved the Marvels from summer to November because the culture war is over. I hate to be able to tell you this. The culture war is over here. Let's pull this up. Where is it? Close that. Oh, where is it? Got too many tabs open. There you go. Oh, she's got so many tabs open. Oh, dirty slut. Dirty slut's got her tabs open. I don't know what that means. But it's not good. Marvel Studios weakness on full display. Company shares the Marvel's summer release date to November. Yes, because the culture war's over. This is the point. The culture war is over. And now anything made within the culture war instantly has become desperately embarrassing, right? And so one thing these idiots in Hollywood respond to is being embarrassed. They hate being embarrassed. It's the worst thing in the whole world, right? They do not like to be embarrassed. So they want to minimize that, and they're just stuck, right? I know. But I believe Indy 5 or whatever number it is, Dial of Destiny was reshot heavily to avoid it being a car crash. There's really not much they can do with this piece of shit, though, is there? I mean, this is the culmination of woke Marvel, right? Captain Marvel, but this time with Miss Marvel and with Monica Rambeau. Oh, the Marvel, all the cringe. One Marvel, right? It really is. I mean, given how much the normie audience has vomited over everything they've done, this is a pie in the face. You can't really there's not much you can really do. Right? It's shit, and it's gonna hit the fan and splatter everywhere. Right? While Marvel Studios and Disney executives claim diversity is a strength, they will double down on woke ideology at every turn. Their company is fleeing a summer release for their Captain Marvel sequel, the Marvels. The company, I love this. The company announced via Twitter that the film would be moved from its previously scheduled July 28th. That's how much confidence they had in it. July fucking 28th. Right, big summer movie. July 28th. Now, November 10th. Yes. Okay, this is basically what it means, right? If you just walked into the cell and this was Marvel in the cell, it would just pull its pants down and bend over, right? Because it knows it's fucked, right? They tweeted, higher, further, faster, together! And nobody's going to watch it. Check out the brand new teaser poster for the Marvel Studios, The Marvels, coming to theaters November 10th. November 10th? Well, that seems a bit later than we thought. Is that going to be, you planning the second opening? It's re-released to because they think it's going to be so popular. No, we just shat ourselves. Right? The film was originally slated to release on November 11th, 2022. Right? With Marvel announcing that release date back in May 2021. Okay, the company tweeted, take it to the stars with Marvel Studios and Marvels hitting theaters November 2022. Oh, yes. Yes, there's nothing wrong with this movie at all. However, the film was moved to the 28th of July during Disney's D23 Expo in 2022. Fans are going to get a look at a special look at scenes from the new movie opening in theaters July 28th. Oh, really? Why would they wait to bring this to theaters? I mean, listen. I mean, like, this is just works, doesn't it? This is it. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to see this piece of shit, right? That's like saying who wouldn't want to get their balls cut off so they can be a girl. Yeah, no. Who wouldn't want to do that? What, little Timmy? You don't want that man to put your fist up your ass? Really? What's wrong? Are you a weirdo? Are you a bigot? You do like this? Or if you don't like it, you're a bigot. Does this make you hard? No. Well, then you're a bigot. Start stroking, boy. Start stroking. And that's the tyranny of the... Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, listen, there's only so much you can do. Even the hardest erections of the world have indeed wilted now. Not only did he try and hype the film by promising and promoting Miss Marvel, he also revealed Miss Marvel is not doing well on Disney Plus. Well, who are we talking about? What's going on here? Figure told Entertainment Weekly, I'm very proud of the Miss Marvel show. I'm so proud. And I know this is a spoiler. She's essentially still the Marvels coming out July 28th. No, it's fucking not. What you want, really? She steals the Marvels from what? Shit and shit. Wow. Not only did he try and hype the film by promoting Ms. Marvel, he also so he stated, "It makes me excited that people will, I hope, see the movie and then go back and revisit the show on Disney Plus." Why? What? Well, they didn't rush it the first time. No one's watching this piece of shit, mate. Right? No one's gonna watch it. Forget it. The fun thing about streaming is they're there forever unless they want to change it, unless you roll doll, and people can keep re-exploring them forever. Piece of shit, man. This piece of shit. Look. This is a piece of cack. I smell reshoots from Tom Masters. Yes. Yes. And lots of them, right? And lots of them. It's a piece of cack, right? It's a piece of cack. And they know it. And it's an embarrassing piece of cack. You know why they know it's an embarrassing piece of cack? Because the culture wars, ladies and gentlemen, the culture wars are over, right? Anything like no more Velmas. And like there may be Velmas, right? There may be a lot of Velmas coming out, but it's not doing good for them, right? They don't want them to be any Velmas, right? BAFTA Bird of Blunder, Russell T. Davis. BAFTA Bird of Blunder, Russell T. Davis Spanked BAFTA for snubbing Bernard Cribbins. Well done. And shows that he's good buddies still with John Barrow and Meghan Markle's war on South Park. Stephen Moffat helping Doctor Who spin-off. This is the third time I've reported this story. And this is the last. I can't do this anymore, but I think I will. Let me. Oh, there, come back. Tetris movie. Doink. That's coming on the channel tomorrow, probably. No, Meghan Markle, you succubus. So you can suck my bus any day, darling. She's very hot. She is very, very hot. But you know, pussy can only be so good, right? The South Park thing with her, it was so funny. I pissed myself laughing. Not literally. I pissed myself laughing during the first Austin Powers. That's a true story in the cinema. And I wasn't even drunk. It wasn't that. It was like a squirt. I thought it was very funny. What do you want to tell you? I like Austin Powers. Groovy, baby. Lonnie, have you ever pissed yourself in the cinema? Because it's a mark of a man, baby. Mark of the man. Lonnie from Correctors, how you doing, Lonnie? Hell, chat. Hell, Lonnie. Oh, hell, how are you doing, sir? Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Both of them together, pulsating nicely. How are you doing, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde? Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Thank you for joining us. Gareth Morgan is here. Good morning. Good morning, my hell. You must be in America, I would say. Is my guess. I don't know. Maybe Australia. I don't know. Where else is morning? There's got to be lots of mornings. Little Solder Engines here. How you doing, Solder Engines? He's still on nitrous. Who, me? We are living in a computer program or still depressing alternative, which is true reality. Well, look, dude, this is not. Look, I think the mask is going to fall, mate. Mask is about to fall. Be nice to each other. It would be my recommendation. I'm whizzing through the chat. So when it was talking to me, a train set. That reminds me when we do have non-Jews. My son's here. My older son is here and they're joining us for Sabbath. Right? We talk about how we would have the gift shop at Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial Museum, right? And the things we would sell. One of the things we would sell in the Holocaust Memorial is indeed train sets. There'll be bunk beds, fireplaces, lampshades, all kinds of things, right? Okay, you have a lot there. Tzvi Lebetkin, it's because we worked out how to calculate time around the world and had the Navy to enforce it. Remember why the sun never set in the British Empire? Oh, of course, they're talking about that. Man, I don't know. I can't remember. It must be maybe the end of the world. Maybe not. Like this, it seemed like we're backing out the START treaty. Well, I don't know, and we're putting the nukes on standby. What's that mean? We might look at them. We might start shining them. I like, Rod. Don't make a big bloody deal out of it if you're not doing something. Right? For God's sake. A friend told me you're the kind of person you hear about, but no one ever gets to meet in real life. I wonder what she meant. A friend of my sister told me, yes. Means you're a bit of a character. Kathleen Fee is here. How you doing, Kathleen Fee? Doctors are set to track unvax and charge punitive fees. Oh, God, yeah. So, listen, if there is a national divorce, right, and it goes to blue states and red states, man, those blue states are becoming super hard Canada real quick, right? The Star article sounds like a CIA plant. No, this was from the State of the Union, his State of the Union thing he did. That was literally today. Although the thing with Kate Blanchett stripping somebody down for like taking a few strips of them, I should say, not stripping them down, literally about being woke. I paid last time, and I thought it was a real thing. No, it's from her new movie called I can't remember. I only found out it was a movie when I got a copyright claim. I'm like, oh, what the hell's that? Oh, well, I want to see that movie. It's about some conductor, right? Kate Blanchett conductor movie, 2022 or 3, I think. Can't remember, but yeah, it looked interesting. What else we got here? Gareth Morgan, I think if Jodie Whittaker can be made Doctor Who, Arnold Sifel from Green Acres would be a suitable choice. I don't know what any of those words even mean, mate. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. Oops, Green Acres. What? Who? What? No, I thought you meant Green Acres. I still don't know what that is. Not the one Biden says it's a conspiracy theory. Oh, yeah. Biden saying it's a conspiracy theory is basically saying we are doing this now. Like, do you remember they talked about Trump with the piss tape and the laptop? Yeah. Meanwhile, Hunter Biden's recording himself with Russian hookers, like literally documenting his life fucking whores. And you know why? Why wouldn't you? Like you're completely unaccountable and you have a miserable existence. Why wouldn't you document your life fucking expensive whores, right? I think most of us would in that situation. I mean, none of us would expect anybody else to see. I mean, if you're a crackhead as well, none of us would expect anybody to see, the said documentation, right? I don't think that part ever meant to happen, but it's kind of fun that it did. It is kind of fun that it did. Yeah, look at that chat. Where we're up to. Russia ended its last neutrality with the West, so we are far beyond the conspiracy theory. Yeah, look, dude. I mean, I look at everything from a theological point of view. We've just entered the crazy times, right? Today, like the crazy times. Like things. This reality is born. It said by. It's about 6 weeks from now, right? 6 weeks until the whatever it is born. So, and then I don't know. It might take 7 weeks on top of that to metastasize. Arnold Seville for president, says Lonnie. Okay, people like him. He can't be worse than Biden. In Derek, is that the Ted Lasso soccer player? I think it is, right? I think it is, which reminds me. I still got the last episode of season 1 to watch and the whole of season 2, and I got season 3 starting soon. So I better move into Ted Lasso. Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Yes, it is true. It's pretty true. That South Park episode was great. Yeah, I think that might be where we start. We'll start with the South Park. I wonder if the South Park episode will turn out to be pathetic. Could be, right? It could be. You can replace Captain Marvel with Captain Yaz. That says Soda Rangers. You are so true. That is so true. Yes, the process of cat producing a hairball. Says Lonnie. Well, okay. Tzvi Lebetkin, I think they're deliberately putting the Marvels up against Dune 2 so they can have an excuse for the low audience figures. Yeah, probably. Yeah. This gives me a massive floppy. Says PD Rich. We must be talking about the Marvels. The dog left some marbles in the grass, and that is true. I fell asleep during War of the Worlds, but never pissed myself. Which version of War of the Worlds did he fall asleep through? I vomited profusely during the Blues Brothers once. That's after a pub crawl. Because not even God's trust the British in the dark. Well, that is yes. Why the sun never set in the Americans? Not even God trust the British in the dark. I have used that quite many times. The temporary ID number tattoos were a bestseller. Well, that's the other one. Yeah. No, we were we put that in fireplaces. All kinds of things. Fine. So let's start with the Meghan Markle thing because it is by far the funniest, right? So let's see if I can play the clip from South Park, which really does exemplify everything that happened that she is not happy about, right? That she is not a happy camper about at all. Over there, doink. I was going to clean my screen before it started. I didn't realize it was so filthy. Go, there you go. Now, where do I get to it? It's over here, I think. Where's South Park? I'm looking at I've got so many things here. I got to clean up this folder. The Apprentice, Picard, Last of Us. I'm not reviewing Last of Us tonight. Look, basically, my thing with Last of Us is I'm not that interested. Fine, let's search by alphabetical order. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Sod it. It won't play. It's should I convert it? Let's see how long it takes to convert because they wants to be an MP4. Let's see. You know what? This might actually be worth the effort, right? Open a bit of handbrake action, baby. Oh, you know you want it, honey. You know you want your handbrake. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Handbrake me. Where is this? Roth the Khan. There you go. Doink. Open. Fine. So where's it saving to? Let's save it to my desktop. No, I'll save it to downloads. Okay, there. I'll find it there. Fine. Let's see how long it takes to convert. Is it fast? How many passes is it? I think it's a. Let's see. Okay, let's just start. Let's see how long it's going to take to convert. It's done 1% already. 2% is going to get 3 minutes. Okay, fine. In 3 minutes, we will find the clip. But it is absolutely gorgeous, man. So they do absolutely rip the piss out of Meghan Markle in this in a I would say somewhat brutal fashion, somewhat brutal and well deserved fashion. So, I don't understand why this hasn't been said more widely by more people. And I think because this was so funny. This is going to break that social taboo, right? This is finally going to make it okay to say that Meghan Markle is the woman that the word cunt was made for, right? It's the most evil narcissist anyone's ever seen, right? I don't know how you get worse than Meghan. I really don't. I really don't know how you get worse than Meghan Markle, right? It's like honestly. So the ongoing thing they have in South Park is the stories they're going for rebranding. They want to like rebrand themselves. These kids, a couple of kids, and every brand they have is like rugged, dependable, thick-skinned, victim. Everybody's a victim. Like everybody's a victim. And it turns out that the prince, the Prince of Canada in this case, who has a very and the princess is. They're also victims, right? That's the thing. It's like, and the idea of them being victims is such a silly idea, right? It's such an absolutely ridiculously silly idea that they play with such conviction, and everybody around them plays with such conviction. Like Oprah's like, really? Oh, you're a malign person. Oh, right. So apparently the story is that we're going to read it in the Daily Mail, but the story is that she wants to sue. Maybe she listen. The world is so messed up. She could win. Like you know, you'll be like, okay, I guess you win. I guess you own South Park now. Okay, I mean, like, and that wouldn't be out of step for her. But as I said, I think things are going in a different direction. I think this is actually might be actually the herald of a fall of a major cultural icon of pure unremitting evil. Yeah, okay, that's it. It's converted. Let's have a look at this thing. Video file is downloads. And there you go. So it'll be fine. I'm not going to play the whole episode, but I want to play one clip from it. There you go. No, don't play. Come Hannah brand management. They have these kids that are trying to brand manage. Sensitive, outdoorsy, frugal victim. So this is the prince and the princess. And they keep saying, we just want we want privacy. And they're on a game show. Rugged, vegan, compassionate victim. We want our privacy. They scream to everybody. They go with their privacy world tour. Yeah, 1 second. Let's go back a few. We're about there.
TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How?
Your Instagram-loving bitch wife may not want her privacy.
Dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy.
My Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted. Oh, please make T-shirts. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing ever. Oh. It really is. Oh, thank God. I feel a glass ceiling breaking.
And you know what else? To hell with Canada. We are leaving. We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people. Come on, wife. We want privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
So that's the gag, right? That's the gag. Did not go down well, right? In the Meghan Markle household, I think. No, did not go down well. So here, when they finally get ignored, let's see what happens. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, this is it, yeah. So they move in next to him. They say, respect our privacy, right? And they've put their pictures up all over his house. And he's like, no, I'm just going to say I don't care.
I don't care. Don't care.
So the reaction's perfect.
What the hell? What did he just say? He victimized me. It's because I'm an ethnic woman. He can't do that. I'll see. Wait, you're ethnic? This.
So many kicks in the balls, right? It's such a tiny space of time, right? And it's so true. It's so freaking true. Meghan Markle is not submissive. No, she is a bitch whore from hell. I think would be the if we're going to go for the biblical explanation. I would say a bitch whore from hell. That's about right. 1 second. Fine, here we go. So that led to this little gem, little absolute, this bit of YouTube gold. Thank you for servicing me, Meghan. Meghan has been upset and overwhelmed by a depiction on South Park for days after irreverent US cartoon described the Duchess as a sorority actress, actor, influencer, victim in a scathing episode. It was scathing. But the thing is, it wasn't that scathing because it's just telling the fucking truth. Oh, man. You can tell how accurate you are by the reaction. Man. Yeah, I've really learned that now. When people start running around like their hair's on fire, that means they've heard the truth and they haven't liked it. I've seen that happen in my life more than once, right? Yeah, you can always judge the veracity by the denial. There's not a denial. They won't even deny it. They'll go into like this insane attacks, right? That's exactly what they do. Yeah, Duchess has reportedly taken issue with the depiction in South Park. The episode introduces her as sorority girl, actress, influencer, victim. Well, it doesn't influence her. So that's her brand, right? That's how they describe her. I think quite accurately, quite frankly. The Sussex have been left upset and overwhelmed. You're not Queen fucking Victoria, darling. What, you got the vapors, have you? What the fuck? You act like a cunt whore all the time, and now you're upset and over fucking whelmed. Oh, mercy me! Now you discover decorum and tact and taste. Fuck you! Fuck you! Ugh. And I wouldn't touch you with a barge pole, cunt. Oh. How she and the Prince Harry are depicted in an episode of South Park. Insiders have claimed. Well, the insiders are probably right? Using thin skins. The episode entitled "The Worldwide Privacy Tour" pokes fun at the couple's grievances. Well, yes, it does. It does, and I don't care how much you fucking believe that these grievances, you idiot woman, right? I did. Time just. Get over it. Oh, yeah, but it went on. 1 second. Privacy tour. All right, I'm victim by another character. The satirical series ridiculed the couple's demand for privacy, while on the publicity blitz on the principles of biography. Wow, is the name of this? Yeah, the name of this book called Wow. I think Harris' recent memoir in last week's brutal episode. Man, I mean, like, I wish the Queen was alive to see this, right? Although I think she has seen this, right? I think it's a heaven. She watches this on a loop constantly, right? Watches it on a constantly. Look at this top story. Meghan Markle feels excluded from Coronation Man. That's because you're a cunt. Here's an idea. Try not being a cunt. And you want to, and you know people want to be around you more. The more you're a cunt, the more nobody wants to be around you. It's weird how that works that way. It's like science. Right, add cunt, remove people. Right, that's how it works. According to the source in California, Meghan spent the last few days upset and overwhelmed about just betrayal. And she watched it. She watched every episode, every second of it, every frame. That narcissist cunt watched every freaking episode, every second of this. Right. And it's also the spectator that the Duchess of Sussex, name should be stripped from her, is annoyed by South Park but refuses to watch it at all. Oh yeah, like hell. Oh god, I can't say that. It's also been suggested that the broadcast may have legal ramifications with the Sussex lawyers. What are they going to do? They say, "Oh no, don't point out that I'm a cunt. Please, people might notice something. We all know." No one's surprised that you're a cunt. Okay? We all know you're a cunt because you can't hide your fucking face for 10 seconds. Man. They say you smell like a packet of Twiglets. You know why? Because you're a cunt. If you never... Do they still make Twiglets? The royal commentator Neil Sean told Fox News that the representatives for the pair are now watching the series closely for any more attacks. Oh, please. Watch them more closely, right? Oh, yes. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see if there's anything wrong and what can be turned into something more sinister. Mr. Sean added that the makers of South Park have as yet received no legal correspondence. Oh, really? Not surprised. I mean, look at that. I mean, like, really, a tale of two. I don't want to call her royalty. I don't know anything about what's her name's wife, but she seems what's her name, Kate. I don't know anything about her. But boy, standing next to Meghan, she looks like a princess. Kate, there we go. Last week's episode depicted Prince and Prince of Canada, a young royal couple. Who loudly begged for privacy while... Yeah, we just went over the whole thing. The red-headed prince... Oh, that's also true. That made it bigger. It's so funny. This manuscript called Wow. Same pink outfit she wore for Trooping the Colour in 2018 are seen promoting the prince's book. Wow. Okay, lovely. We've already said this. Even though Phil was white to the Sussex, the main character stands branding their two equivalents, the dumb prince and his stupid wife. I know. No, his stupid bitch wife. What were they calling it? My bitch wife? I can't remember. It's too funny. While Carl complains about the private jet parked outside his home, right? The show opens with Carl's young brother, Ike, adopted from Canada, inconsolable at the news of the Queen of Canada. Listen, every English person's the same. My kids take the piss at me now that I like Charles. I'm like, I'm okay with him. I think the Crown made him look much more sympathetic, right? So, okay. Because I just am. They're like, oh yeah, you're right. I do. I'm a monarchist, right? I like the monarchy. I think they're nice. I mean, not nice. I think it's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. And I think they try and do good. I think they do. I think they kind of messed up, but I think they want to do good. Arriving on the set for Good Morning Canada with a book to promote, the prince holds aloft a placard pleading, "We want privacy." Yeah, okay, we're still saying this. Stop looking at us. I know. Yeah, okay, fine. This is just saying the same thing. Watch the episode. It's very funny, right? It's very, very, very funny. Yeah. Try and grab that clip again to wrap up, because I'm like, now I know where to find it. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was over here. No. Privacy World Tour. That's so good. Here we go.
TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving bitch wife actually doesn't want her privacy.
Instagram-loving bitch wife!
How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving bitch wife has always wanted her privacy!
It's one of the greatest lines ever! Well done, South Park. I toss my hat to thee. Oh, I did a breaking news from BD Rich. The limited edition Worcester sauce Twiglets are amazing. Oh man, that gave me, an erection. It just did. Who was saying about Marmite? Was that somebody says I like Marmite? Sometimes I like Marmite, sometimes I don't. The trick in moderation. Yeah, I you know what? Me too. I hardly get Marmite. I absolutely adore Marmite. I'm really in the mood for some. When the weather is cold, I switched to tea in the morning right now instead of coffee. Loving it. I'm absolutely loving a nice cup of tea. We get PG tips out here as well, which is very nice. Let's do a bit of Doctor Who. Doctor Who. The TARDIS. Where did we go? I got a bunch of things there. Let's actually start over here. So is there any new Doctor Who news? Wrong one. You go over there, darling. Don't put up a fight. Disaster is here. How you doing, Disaster? Thank you for joining us. And Crash Course is here as well, as is Matthew Pounder. Putin's just withdrawn from a nuclear treaty. Yeah, no, I did that about an hour ago. Orchard here is the pup is it's the dog's bollocks. So I was like, pup is private. By the way, great joke. I use it often whenever I can. As I say, we got the holiday of pouring coming up, where you get drunk till you can't use your mind anymore. Till you can't tell the difference between good and evil, right? So you have to have a partner to do this joke with. Unfortunately, the guy used to do the joke with is dead, so I can't do it anymore. So you go, oh man, I'm worried about Purim this year. One of the things that got out of control last year. Why? What happened? Says the partner. He says, well, last year I got so drunk. What happened? I got so drunk. I blew chunks. He's like, well, don't worry, mate. That happens. People blow chunks all the time. It's a thing. Your tummy wasn't feeling good. He says, no, you don't understand. Chunks was the name of my dog. Jonathan Cox is here as well. Speaking of chunks being named, by the way, the McDonald's curry sauce is made by Heinz. Ooh, like a bit. I like Mickey D's, quite frankly. Expensive now though. It's not cheap like it used to be. Of course, everything's expensive. Bloody hell. Fine. Yeah, we're looking at Doctor Who news. Where are we up? Share screen. Doink. What have we got here? What's the first story? Doctor Who baddie Davros comes to Bedford as a charity convention returns in March. Okay, good luck for that. That's really a small story, right? Why there's never been a bad Doctor Who, and there's a picture of Jodie Whittaker. Fuck me, that's going to be a story we're going to have to look at. Why are the episodes of Doctor Who missing, and will they be recovered? Yes, well, there is news about that, right? That the guy who was working on it knows that it's the same crew. It's the Smugglers, right? The same crew who did Evil of the Daleks is working on the Smugglers, which is very good news, right? They are vastly superior, right? I am gutted that we got Fury of the Deep and the Abominable Snowman butchered by the clowns. Carrie Russell, it awful. Whereas the other ones, Macro Terror, love it. It's a great adaptation. Faceless Ones, love it. It's a great adaptation. Here, I'll go 1 second. Doctor Who animated reconstructions. Doink. Let's have a look. See what we'll go through them one by one. Animated episode. Yeah, let's go. Fine. Let's go through the good ones. Invasion's still the best by Cosgrove Hall. Portable Snowman's awful. Okay, so yeah, so you got Moonbase. Moonbase is one of the early ones. It's a bit like rubbery, right? Power of the Dark is pretty good. 10th Planet, I think, is pretty good as well. It's a different kind of feel. So Macro Terror is excellent. It's the same crew that did Macro Terror, Faceless Ones, and Evil of the Daleks. These three, and they get better and better and better. Evil of the Daleks just so works, right? It really, really works. Really, they knock it out of the park. Then sadly, Portable Snowman, yeah, a bit of cack. But Ice Warriors is kind of like Moonbase, very rubbery limbs. Web of Fear, unwashable. Fury from the Deep, yeah, it's not very good. What else got? Reign of Terror, that's a weird one. Doesn't really work at all. Gary Russell one, it's going Galaxy 4. I kind of like that. It feels like the Filmation Star Trek, right? You know, that stuff. 1 second. Sorry. I thought of being said an important communique. No. I mean, it is going to be important, but more information about McDonald's sauces, which you can't get here in these other ones anyway. 10th Planet, again, 10th Planet pretty good, and Power of the Dark, they did 2 versions. Yeah. So apparently, the same people who the same crew that did Evil, Faceless One, and Macro Terror are the ones doing the Smugglers. That is really good news, right? That's really excellent news. Close that, doink. That's a funny story. We'll get to that maybe in a minute. We're going to do the Bird of Cribbins story. And Jodie Whittaker gets a job. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, we could do that too. There's a bunch we can get to. Man, there's all of a sudden a bunch of stuff. Where should we start? Let's see how long this article is. We get rid of this. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do a news wrap up, right? There's a bunch of little news stories we should get to. Yeah. How long is this story? Well, there's never been about who wrote this. If this is long enough to do a video on, I think so. Yeah, that looks like gold. This looks like freaking gold. Yeah, I mean, like that image disproves the bloody headline. That's just gold, mate. Holy crap! Fine, let me just grab. Okay, let's grab a bunch of news stories. No, we're not doing that story. It's insane. It's just insane. Shall we? We'll try and grab that from Digital Spy. That's a good one. Or should we do it in the mirror? Yeah, we'll do it in Digital Spy, even though Digital Spy is a piece of cack, but okay. Fine. Let's do a bit of a news wrap because we have a bunch of stuff to look at. First start over here. Anita Dobson. Anita Dobson shares name details on new series character. I mean, it's like I'm a bit like who gives a shit, but okay. I'm like, I kind of give a shit. When we first learned last month, Anita Dobson, EastEnders, and Michelle Greenberg, Afterlife, were joining showrunner Rusty Davis in New Doctor Shooting Out with Millie Gibson, Ruby Sunday, on the next series of BBC's and Disney Plus's Doctor Who. No details were released about their respective roles, but well, thanks to some comments that Dobson had to share with the Mail Online, it appears we have some more details to fill in the blank. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's a real. It's like feels like a person, right? While attending the Icon Awards in support of prostate cancer charity on Friday, blimey, that's a bit hardcore. I'm going to a charity do. What's the charity do for cancer? What type of cancer? It doesn't matter. No, you can tell me. No. Sorry. Man, what's on the menu? I don't want to know. I imagine there's not many vol-au-vents. Okay, that's basically all I'm going to say. That's so disgusting. Was it Dobson revealed that she'd been tapped to play Mrs. Flood and Naira Ruby's of Gibson's Ruby? Well, Mrs. Flood is the character I play, and she's Millie, the Ruby Sunday, the doctor's assistant. She's her neighbor. For Dobson, it was impossible to resist the neighbor's approach about her role, adding, he asked me to join the ranks, and he said, please come and play with us. How can you resist that? I bet he is like that, right? I bet he is like that. He's so charming. He gets everybody, right? I bet because he loves her, right? People say this about my channel as well, right? And I really don't fake it because it's true. I love Doctor Who, right? Whenever I'm talking like Pacific episode, I'm talking about how much I love it. And I do freaking love it, right? And that's true of Rusty Davies as well, right? I never got that vibe from Chris Chibnall, although he kept saying he loves it, right? Doink. As for the role of the character will play in the upcoming episode, Dobson was more cautiously humble. Well, thank you. Sharing, I wouldn't say starring. I think of she's basically a background character, which we're probably going to end up loving and have a spin-off about her. Right? The Mrs. Flood Adventures. I think the Lord himself, Shooty and Millie are the ones starring, okay? I think the Lord himself. Okay. Millie joined the ranks. Dobson is looking forward to some camera time with Gatwa, where she has nothing but praise. I haven't worked with Shoot yet. We're looking forward to seeing you together, darling. I bet there are scenes with her. I've done the read-through with him, and he's gorgeous. He's a good-looking lad. He is a good-looking lad. He's absolutely adorable and very talented. So yeah, people have been saying, is he going to play it gay? Right? Is he going to play it flamboyantly gay? So because when we go over the what's it called again? The Bernard Cribbins Gate. Yeah. When we get to that, we'll get there. But I think it's so indicative of why I don't think it's going to be that way. Because Rusty Davies, more than anything, is sensible, right? He's into he will support people where maybe we don't support, right? In his because I think he's a loyal person and team player. Let's say like that, right? He's supportive of his people, right? His peeps, and he's a good spokesman for himself, right? But he's overwhelmingly sensible, right? And he really is. And I don't think he likes woke crap, right? Look, we're going to find out soon. I mean, I do think he's going to tacitly retcon away the Jodie is. I really genuinely do. I kind of hope he does, right? But I do see that going down. Like when she fell out the TARDIS in the beginning, she's been in the land of fiction or wherever ever since, right? So that's why no continuity made sense, right? I mean, and then all the stories mattered, right? You can say everything mattered, right? It all mattered. It just was in a different reality, right? But it's still so real. Her love for Yaz is real. Yaz is they can even play that up. Kind of like when they had that when Colin Baker asked what happened to Perry really at the end of Tyler Trine Road, and they had a slow motion shot of her and Brian Blessed, who apparently went off to get married. Such a weird ending. It's more likely she'll marry Syl, frankly. Now, would you want to see that? Would you want to see what's his name? Mester? What's the name of Syl's race? A Syl sluggy thing with with Perry, like he wanted to do. I like Shada, says Jekyll. Shada's good as well. It's much better as the movie version than the TV version, by the way. It's a secret, but Black Glove Studio is involved. Oh, really? Black Glove? They do fan stuff. Good for them. Good for them. I love the 8th Doctor animation version of Shada. Yeah, man, that's poster stamp style. Somebody should reanimate that, right? Soon, AI will be able to reanimate that to HD, right? Soon that will be able to happen. Yeah. I bet that will be able to happen. I bet that technology is here now, right? Anyway, where I was up to. Just as long as Doctor Who doesn't do a Wakanda and go nuts looking for a non-existent love. Yes. I didn't see that. But okay, I wonder. I don't think they will. Yeah, that's why I don't think he's going to be playing it gay. I really don't. Fine. I wouldn't say blah, blah, blah. We did all that. Where are we up to? Very talented. At the same time, it goes. The same goes as far as Dobson is for Gibson. As far as Dobson goes, Millie, I adore. I think she's absolutely stunning. But I've only done about 3 days, so it's very early days. The actress stated, "Yeah, but I think Millie Gibson is going to be huge, right? Right. I mean, if we avoid the apocalypse, I think it's going to be huge, right? Man, I hope so." We avoid the apocalypse, so I really want to see this Doctor Who. Like, if we all die in a nuclear fire, like, well, I won't be that worried because I think there's one like case scenario that I know of the coming of the Messianic age where we all die, right? So I'm like, and we get back to life in about an hour or two, right? And then maybe we'll be able to watch this new Doctor Who. And we'll all be groovy with each other. That'll be great. In Doctor Who Magazine 586, Davis confirmed that the casting director, Andy Pryor, was who was charged with the creating of Bethlehem Land. Talking about finding the Doctor. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, this is just fluff now. Okay, now you're just talking fluff. Calm down, darling. Calm down. Jodie Whittaker got a new job. Well done, Jodie. Yeah, Jodie got a job. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm going to be reviewing Last of Us. I watched it and I'm like, eh. I mean, I preferred it when I played the game, I think, right? It's like I can see people enjoying it if it's the first time you've seen it, if you don't know the story. But the game, I think the game was better. But so I couldn't be bothered essentially. But if you let me know you want it, I will do it on Thursday, right? Thursday. Also, we got new SFX magazine for Thursday. Fine. Doctor Who star Jodie Whittaker lands her first role since quitting the show. She took 2 years off, right? Literally took 2 years off. And who would have employed this woman, right? Well, firstly, she's going back to playing a role that she's able to play, right? Jodie Whittaker is set to star in One Night, a thriller series for Paramount Plus, which marks her first TV role since exiting Doctor Who. Well, somebody had to take it, I guess. Following her departure from Broadchurch from the BBC show, the Broadchurch star, she wants to associate with Broadchurch over Doctor Who, let me tell you, is now temporarily relocates to Australia. Bye! To play one of 3 leads in a female-centered series. Wow! They don't do any of those in 2022, right? A female-centric series, wow. One of the stars is Tess, reunited with her childhood best friends Hat, Orange is the New Black, Yellowstone, and Simone, Nicole De Silva, when the latter one publishes a novel whose traumatic real-life story threatens to evoke terrible memories. Okay. One night, the story of 3 women whose bond was all but destroyed by the traumatic events one night 20 years ago. Oh, God. So she's going to be playing it as English, do you think? Because that'd be funny if she's going to do an American accent. Oh, that's going to be hilarious, right? That will really be funny. I want to see that, right? I think we all want to see that. I think that'll be gold, right? Absolute gold. As per Paramount synopsis, the producer Ian Colley, Rob Gibson, and Ali Henville of Easy Tiger Productions described the show as gripping, character-driven mystery. No one's going to watch this shit. Set against the backdrop of New South Wales coastline, the 6-part series explores boundaries of friendship and a question of understanding of memory, trauma, and storytelling itself. Oh, God. Okay, look, Jodie, don't try and play clever. You can't play clever. You need to be clever to play clever. And let me tell you, no one's being your friend telling you that you're clever. You're not. I've seen you do Doctor Who. You're not clever. Right? Filming series just begun in Sydney and the Illawarra region. Okay. But there doesn't seem to be an official release date yet. Yeah. Let's see if it gets shelved. No, it's going on. It's going on Paramount Plus. The same people who bought you Star Trek Discovery is bringing you this. Okay. Blah blah blah. Doctor Who, go away. Go away. No. Bad. Jodie. Bad. Okay, close some windows. Too many open up. Yeah, we're going to read this next. Let me close this one. Doink. We did that one. What else can we close down? We'll close that one. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Geordie would have had the best time with classic companions at the Doctor Who convention. Yeah, look, it looked like the meeting of the sad and infirm and the lame. The Gallifrey one, man, has the mighty fallen. Like Gallifrey one used to be a big deal. Right, it used to be a big deal in the Doctor Who landscape. Now it's like it was just sad. I mean, it really was. What it is, it was just sad. That's really my best. Like I have pictures from it, and it was just like this is the last gasp, right, of the toxic fandom trying to pretend they're not toxic. It was just sad. That's the way I would describe it. It was just sad. But yeah, listen, I've been at sad cons before. Yeah, it's good luck to them. I'm glad they enjoy it. Good for them, right? Being as somebody who loves something that a lot of people look down on if you're loving, I'm happy with them to love it. I'm just not happy with them to hate me for not loving it, right? Let's and again, if Rusty Davis can bring us together with a story we can explain, where both Jodie fans and me, the same ones, all 7 of them, right, can all get together and agree, yeah, we're all good. Jodie Whittaker was joined at Gallifrey 1 2023 by Sophie Aldred and Janet Fielding. Yes, they were. Look, and again, I'm glad you had fun. Okay, and Sophie, you came off with it really well, right? This was a very good thing for you. Thanks. Right. Janet, not so much. Yeah, Janet, you quit acting. That was quite a good instinct, right? I think you should know that was quite a good instinct. Go away. Better. Fine. Taking place. Taking place this past weekend in Los Angeles, the 33rd annual North American Doctor Who celebrations. Gallifrey 1, 33 to 3rd. Long live the revolution returned with a bang. Yeah, not really. I mean, there was no news from it. That's the big thing, right? There's been like, let's see if the Big Finish have said anything. But there's been because I've seen really no news come out of there. And I really thought there was going to be a Jodie Whittaker set announced, right? I thought there, but apparently not. Right? Which actually really genuinely surprised me. I'm like, okay, I guess that's never happening then. No, nothing new is going on. We might watch the trailer for this one. Look, Jake Dubman sounds very good. I'm just not really interested in this. No, nothing new is going on. There we go. Fine. Jam-packed roster of programs and events with incredible costumes. Yeah. The special convention. The special convention also saw Jodie take center stage for the first time ever appearance as a dedicated Doctor Who convention. It's one of the few she would have been safe at, right? When I say safe, insulated from being able to ask, like, why were you so shit? Which is a question I think on most Doctor Who's mind. Why were you so shit? Like, what were you thinking, right? I mean, like, I would love to have an interview with her. I really would. So what's going on? It's safe to say the whole affair was very heartwarming, with Janet Fielding and Sophie Aldred joining the former Doctor on stage at the end of a panel talk. Okay. Whittaker, of course, the first woman to lead the sci-fi series in the role played the 13th Doctor incarnation of Doctor from 2017 to 2022. Yes, 5 awful years. 5 awful years. Taking the mantle from Peter Capaldi. Yes, literally. Vilda McKen won the show's most popular companions in her role as brassy Australian flight attendant Tegan Javanka in John Baker's final Doctor Who serial. Also along with Peter Davison. Nearly 2.5 years, blah, 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 blah. Fine, yeah, so they picture them together. She reprised Tegan, like, yeah, blah, 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 big finish, blah, blah, blah. This is one of the best things I've ever experienced in all my years at Galley, man. I mean, all of this is just an advert to, like, don't go near Gallifrey 1, right? It just, like, if this is one of the best things ever, yeah, bye. I mean, I don't know. Are you doing crystal meth at the same time? If you're doing crystal meth, I would understand it, right? But otherwise not. Similarly, Audrey also reprised the role that Ace said she did a good job in Power of the Doctor, right? But originally started alongside Sylvester McCoy, 87, blah, blah, blah. Ace McShane, the audio, blah, blah, blah. Many fans, why did they put up pictures? It's dumb of them, isn't it? I mean, that really is dumb of them. Yeah, okay, yeah, she went to Gallifrey 1. Yeah, yes, and we're telling you nothing about it because nothing happened. Picard is doing great though, right? Yeah, no, nothing. There's nothing to see here. Where are we going to next? Who cares? There was that. Yeah, no. That's Jodie Whittaker has been the lead in a new show. Man, this is gold. Right, this is absolute gold. There we go. No, not that one. Okay, yes, I think so. But no, this is the one we wanted. Yes. Yeah. BAFTAs are not doing well. And again, this is why I think this is good news, right? This is genuinely why I think this is good news, because the reason they snubbed Bernard Cribbins because it was a white straight male, I believe, right? And it was so very obvious, so very, very obvious in the let me find this. In what they said, right? It really was. Let me just find it. What's it? Where am I looking for? Where'd it go? I had a folder I made of all these images. Oh, there you go. Doink. Well, that's right there. Oh, there you go. Try that again. Hey, fine. So fine. I got the social media stuff from BAFTA and Rusty Davis there. If they missed anything, I will just go to the source. Okay, that's the plan. Doing Bird of Cribbins. Bird of Cribbins snubbed by BAFTA in death as Rusty Davis slams work of an idiot. Look, again, I just like Rusty Davis is very sensible and clever, right? And that's why I don't think he's going to do anything stupid with Doctor Who, right? You know, you keep hearing these rumors like, oh yeah, he's totally playing it like he's super, super duper gay. What, like John Inman from Are You Being Served? Yes! They're all gay. They're sucking. I don't believe it. It's bottom line. I don't believe it, right? That's really the bottom line. It just because he just seems too freaking sensible. And again, he was snubbed because he was a white, male, straight person, right? Leading drama writer Rusty Davis has spoken against BAFTA after opening their excuse for not including Bird of Cribbins in the In Memorandum segment, which honours the stars they lost last year. Doctor Who showed on Rusty Davis has hit out a BAFTA's excuse for not including Bird of Cribbins in the memorandum last night. The Railway Children actor also appeared in Doctor Who, passed away in 93. I mean, he should have been in it. He was a star of stage, screen, TV, movies. But it was not mentioned last night as well, promoting a backlash. Right, prompting a backlash. Responding to the question of why he was not included in the In Memorandum segment, yes, the Film Awards said that it was down to time constraints. Fuck off. And he features in their online records. Yes, you can look him up over there online. They added, given his influential work on TV, he will be considered for inclusion in the next television awards broadcast. Right, so, okay. I can imagine Rusty Davis hearing that and his head exploding. What? How? It's a sim writer hit out this reply on his Instagram saying, it's fair enough. They say, such a brilliantly worded reply, right? You see, he's such a brilliant wordsmith, like amongst other things. It's a sim writer hit out again at his reply saying on Instagram, "It's fair enough to remember Bernard Cribbins at the TV BAFTAs, not film. To say he's being considered is a work of an idiot," and it is. Idiot intern. I'm gonna think about it then. Shut up. I know exactly the sort of useless shit this is. God, it's the new intake of workers, right? If you can find one that work, they're awful, right? They're absolutely awful. Young employees are absolutely awful now. They don't have to do anything, and they certainly don't know how to bloody work. It's insane, and they're sneering and condescending. And you can see that, right? And good for you, Russell, for slapping that person down. Hosted by Richard E. Grant, memorizing people who passed away the year before. Tonight's celebration of its mad, sad, funny, thought-provoking films. Let's take this on to pay tribute to the people they lost in the last 12 months. Angela Lansbury, Dame Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John died? Blimey. Sylvia Sims, Robbie Coltrane. Well, he was fat, I guess. Burt Bacharach appeared on screen. But you couldn't really... fast noticed that actor singer Bernard Cribbins was missing on the list in the tribute section. Yes. Actress Sally Thomas says, "Hi, darlings. I have watched the BAFTAs on TV, and I'm absolutely appalled the fabulous Bernard Cribbins was not mentioned by the stars we lost this year. They should be disgusted with themselves. Words fail me." Sally appeared in the 1970 film Railway Children alongside Bernard. I hear what you're saying then. Yeah. One person tweeted, "How the hell did BAFTA not..." Yeah, they're getting slapped around by that, and it's gorgeous, right? Not mention Bernard Cribbins, people we've lost in the last 12 months. Yeah, and because he's so beloved, for God's sake. It's Bernard Cribbins, mate. It was a bit problematic. He's a cis white male. His work touched every generation of viewer alive today, from Carry On movies to 40 Towers to The Wombles to Doctor Who to Jack's Old Boat to CB's. Disgrace. Yeah, it is disgraceful. It is, and they should feel like idiots. And mounting his best is career. Yeah, they're talking about everything he's done. Well into his 90s. Yeah, he worked right up, to Doctor Who, I think was his last thing he did. We're going to see it in November. Right? For such an absolute class guy like that to be snubbed, it is disgusting. I mean, it really genuinely is disgusting. So here, there's a little bit more to the story, right? It gets even better, right? So firstly, here's the next dimension. So now they also face a backlash from the other side of the cultural aisle for being of the all-white winners. But yeah, I guess so. All of yesterday's BAFTAs winners are white people. Is that correct? Says Nadine White. Oh dear. Disappointed. I felt this deep pain in the pit of my stomach of late. I see the film industry behind the scenes, the supremacy that falls in my face. There's no surprise. You've been sold bullshit by an insane social media, you idiot moron. But like everybody else says, so don't feel bad about it. It falls me so much. Day by day, it's not supposed to result in the 2020. It's deeply regressive, uncalled for. Like, really? God, why do you see race in everything? I wanted clips of BAFTAs, but I didn't see a single black or brown person win. Not because they were, not because they're not white, but because they're not good. Really good and the best. So many in so many cases overlooked, ignored, time again. So like unconscious bias and systemic. No, you're just a idiot cunt. Right? I'm sorry. This is the question. Let's face it, you can have all the inclusive nominees in the world, but when the winners are exclusively white, there aren't any progress being made. No. Again, they accidentally awarded people on talent. Whoops. There's a sense that the represented noms shows that the system is working better, but and everything. I mean, what do you want? People win, people lose. Stop being a bitch, right? I take no pleasure in pointing back to the article in New York Times. Less than from 2 days ago, anyone expecting an instant continued and sequel flow of racial difference across the BAFTAs awards needs more sophisticated understanding how politics of diversity work. God, dude, work hard. Work hard. There is a level playing field. That's really what I say. Work hard. There is actually a level playing field. But anyway, the story goes a little bit further, quite deliciously. Share screen. Where is it? Over here. Toink. So roughly, this is him on his Instagram. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Over here on his Instagram. There we go. So yeah, look. But to say he's being considered as work of an idiot. So then. This is interesting. John Barrowman. Now, John Barrowman, beyond counsel by the BBC, right? Persona non grata. You're not allowed to talk about him. You're not allowed to look at him. He's evil. He's evil. John Barrowman said, well said, Russell. Somebody needed to be schooled. Considered? That's outrageous, JB. Yeah, and so did Russell ignore him, go, oh, he didn't need to reply. Didn't need to reply at all, did he? But I think he just made John Barrowman kosher, right? Just didn't say, what a world, kiss, 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 you little slut, baby, you little slut. Yeah, and that's what I see all around, like this weird melting of toxic fandom. I mean, look at this over here. This is insane. Hey, Doctor Who Comics, I have a question. I have a few of the Panini Doctor Who comic magazine collections because they're the only way I can afford to read these stories. I recently ordered a couple, but found a certain terse name on the cover. Are there any Gareth Roberts not done? Follow up. I wouldn't be buying more of this person's name. Follow up. Would buying any more with this person's name on them be benefiting them directly, or does the money go to the BBC? Just go to BBC or Panini? Generally asking. I'm an American fan with barely any idea of how non-American comics work. You have no idea how anything works. God, I'm just sad for you that you couldn't just enjoy something, right? I think I showed this before. This is how they tried to cancel Terry Malloy there for this tweet. It says, I have no problem with anybody's gender identity. Each of our lives are our own to fulfill in any way we feel most comfortable, in harmony with others. What I cannot stand is the Rabbi's politicization of one particular viewpoint to the exclusion of any others, and demonizing those who do not agree wholeheartedly. To which Colin Baker agreed with that. Man, they went crazy. They went crazy about this as well, right? They went crazy about it. Look at this. About Trevor Baxter's Terror of the Masses. Excellent, by the way. It really is. It has to be absolutely excellent. Yeah, it's coming out, right? And they don't like Trevor Baxter now because he once said something nice about Gareth Roberts, and that was a bridge too far, right? But you know, the world's the turning. Look at this. Violation found. So they locked it. So this guy was, because he was saying he agreed. Baxter was a transphobe. He agreed with Gareth Roberts, and he compared trans people to flat earthers. Well, I do that. In all fairness, what's wrong with that? What you got against flat earthers, mate? Why are you being so uptight? This was a recent one, right? This was totally a recent one. There was one today. Somebody sent this to me, right? David Tennant on coming back to Doctor Who. Well, the Doctor has always been my favorite role to play on screen and on audio, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody else does it better than me. Well, okay, I felt it was my duty to return for the fans. He never said that. He never said that. Source Doctor Who magazine. No, he never said that. That's a lie. That quote didn't happen. William Who says this quote is doing the rounds. Look at that. We agree. We actually agree. It's just another made-up excuse to hate on David Tennant, right? These fans have become everything they said they hated in fandom because they always were that, and you're one of them. See, this is what happened at the end of World War II. The Culture War's over, baby, right? Here's a sign of World War II. How many people were happily waving, saying, oh, yeah, no, I was with the Germans all the way? Yeah. Right. Yeah, I was totally with the Germans. Right. I was with the Nazis. Me. Yay. No, they all said me. No, I oppose them. No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I fought against them. They were bad. No, and that's where we are now. Right. Who was that denied Christ? Can't remember. Thomas doubted Christ. Who denied Christ? Simon, wasn't it? Simon? That's where they are, right? I'm going to look it up. Who denied Christ? Is it Peter? Oh, Peter. There you go. So, what can I tell you? It's not my book, mate. So here's an interesting thing, though. 13 stands becoming NMDs, and that has actually happened, right? That has actually happened, right? They are, and in the strange way the world does not work, that they have become the people that they try to make us into. They isolated and everybody thinks they're crazy, right? They actually are those things, and that was their fate, right? That's how things ended up for them, right? Incredible, but also was not surprised at all. They're not the fans of the show. They just want to look at a hot girl mentally. What hot girl? You talking about Jodie? No, fuck me. You have no idea what's going on. Mentally, they're 12-year-old straight boys, and it's vile. They have no place in fandom. Neither do you, mate. Neither do you. Well, over is welcome, I guess. Over is welcome. Just try and play nicely with others. Right? That's what I keep saying. Try and play nicely with others. Let's look at where's that Stephen Moffat story? Hang on. Let me find that for you. I love that the BAFTAs got their asses handed to them from every side of the aisle, right? I just love that. That was just hilarious. Where is it? I'll just look up Stephen Moffat. Stephen Moffat. News. Where is it? Date. Where is it? Stephen Moffat set for the 15th. No, wrong one. Where'd it go? There was totally articles about this earlier today. I had it pulled up. What the hell? About the rumor that he's coming back to Doctor Who. Right? Where is it? Oh, man. You need to screen grab these things as they happen, right? That's essentially what you're going to do. But where is it? Let me see if I can find it. It was one of the worst written of articles I've ever seen, right? But there was actually a much better written article. The one I read, I read it on my news video that I'm putting out. So not news. What was the video I'm putting out tomorrow? I can't remember. No, that's the Bernard Cribbins stuff. Where is it? Where did it go? No, I'm going to find this. This is really bizarre. All right. What is the name of the video tomorrow? That's the name of the video, right? It's Stephen Moffat returning Doctor Who. So I used one of the articles there because there was a bunch of them this morning. Jodie Whittaker, where is it? David Tennant, no. No, not that one. I think that article got scrubbed. It was that bad, right? It was that bad. Could that be? Could the article get scrubbed because it was just genuinely terrible? No. Maybe it got scrubbed because I took the piss. I didn't even post that video yet. Where I took the piss out of it. Where is it? I'm going back and back, and now I'm 3 days out. No, I don't know where it went. Okay, so there was I know where to do it. It was okay. I worked out how to find it, right? I know how to find it. I'll go to history. This guy it was on Twitter. This guy called Anon, I think. There you go. Oh, did I just work that out? No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Oh, what's the name of the? Oh, there was somebody posted on Twitter. See if I can find it. If I do a search over the last day. No. Oh, here it is. I did find it. Bloody hell. Here we go. Where is this? So this is where this rumor came from. This was from a few days ago now. There we go. Oh, so glad I found this. That was making me genuinely crazy. Okay, that really was making me absolutely genuinely crazy. So here we go. Again, there are articles talking about this, but this guy, viewer Anon, apparently knows this. Like he's quite a solid scooper, right? People like trust his word. So he put out this tweet recently with Stephen Moffat over here, Shooty Gatwa, and then he followed that up with saying written by Stephen Moffat, making everything. Well, yeah, he's coming to write Doctor Who. Now the weird thing is this though. He said categorically, I'm not coming back to write Doctor Who. Right here. I bet I can find that article. Stephen Moffat. Let's see if we can find that article. He said it was, I spelled him wrong twice, really. Doctor Go On Forever. Yeah. Let's do it by date. What's that one? Sherlock Moriarty, opposite route. Okay, stop. Stephen does know what's inside. No. Where did he go? I can't find anything about him today. Yeah, let's try this one over here. Doctor Who could go on forever. Yeah, there we go. He'll be insane to write more Doctor Who, right? So these two things will go. So basically, this article, what it's talking about, is saying that look, I'm at a certain point in my career, I can't write for other people, right? That's a step down in my career, right? That's definitely a major step down in my career. That's a mistake. I can't do that, right? I can't do that. So I can't go back and write Doctor Who. That was essentially what it was saying. So how do these two things come together? So I have three options, which I present to you. First option is the rumor is nonsense. He's not coming back to Doctor Who. It's just nonsense. Okay, it's not happening. Second answer is they lied. They lied so they can surprise us. Thank you very much. I like that. Right? They're not ready to announce it. Third option is that he's not coming back to write Doctor Who, but maybe he's coming back to write. And this is what I think, or run a some kind of mini series, some kind of spin-off series, right? What could they have want him back to write? So I'm going to give you two options over here. Option number one, I think option number one is that he could be coming back to write like some kind of romantic comedy. That's what he likes writing, apparently, right? Romantic comedies. But he also likes a bit horror. So I think the thing most likely wouldn't it be awesome if he's coming back to write a Weeping Angels miniseries, right? Like going into who the Weeping Angels are, the Oranges are, because Rusty Davis set up a bunch of stuff at the end of Time, didn't he? Right? He set up a ton of stuff at the end of Time with the mother like holding it. So he's coming back, right? Maybe they're going to tell that story of the origins of the Weeping Angels or some Weeping Angels short story like miniseries. That would be huge, right? That really would be huge. I could certainly see that happening, right? Couldn't you? Couldn't see Stephen Moffat doing a 4 to 6 part Weeping Angels miniseries? That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. One can only hope, right? One can only dream. One can only hope. Who knows or dares dream? This is really just my my bonkers theories in life. Fine. Let's have a look at Bounding into Comics. See what the headlines are. I wanted to get to all these headlines today. Let me see. James Cameron says he supports Thanos' murder, a mass murder and depopulation. I thought he had a pretty viable answer. See, this is what all the Hollywood elites are saying, right? They want people. They're okay with mass death, right? Just not their mass deaths, right? Let's go. Marvel Studios producer confirms Iron Man actor Robert Downey Jr. no longer being on the table. Thank God. Get out there, Robert Downey Jr., right? Female privilege. Actor Alison Brie runs nude through hotel and posts video on Instagram. Well, I think we should look at this in more detail. Don't you? I think this takes an important thing. Why would she do that? Alison Brie recently stripped nude and running through a hotel, all while she had somebody record it on her Instagram account. And the brazen act demonstrates how America allows women to play one set rules and force them. Well, let's see this video, okay? It's well, where is it? There's not even a link to it, mate. Oh, come on. Where is it? This it? Alison Brie inspiration for a nude scene in Somebody I Used to Know. No. On February 16th, Alison Brie and her husband Dave Franco's latest movie, Prime Video, Somebody I Used to Know. The piece received. The film contains some graphic nudity, also laid bare real life inspiration for it. Though the new scene through several news scenes, including a full frontal seeking to sprint across a golf course, and it was Brie herself who served the inspiration for the scene. Well, what did she do? Right, had a real punch on streaking in my college years. In more recent years, got it back into it. What? All right, B is a 40-year-old. In other words, the raw reality that she's a middle-aged woman. Okay. What? Okay, is this it over here? Okay, this is it. Her Instagram. This is weird. This is just weird. I like what? There's nothing normal about this. There is nothing normal about this. That's just like what? What happened with the sound on it? Can you hear it? Yeah, James Franco is the only sane one there, apparently. What the hell? Messed up. These people are just messed up. I mean, that's really the bottom line. These people are just messed up. Weirdos. Mark Hamill virtual signals over Ukraine war with autograph Star Wars posters. Oh yeah, you wanna help America grab that liquid natural gas market. I like that. That's very virtuous of you. Thank you. We're all going to die, moron. Absolute moron that you are. Violent Night actor John Leguizamo said he used as a pawn by Sony and Marvel to entice Michael Keaton into playing the Vulture. That's interesting. Oh, that's what happens. There's what happens. No more Thor, Shazam, apparently. Despite Disney CEO Bob Iger implying the brand is damaged, Star Wars reporting moving full of steam ahead with Taika Waititi's Star Wars film. Let's see if we got any news on that. Why would you do that? Like, I failed so often now. Did you like Thor? We can have more of that. Taika Waititi and Tessa Thompson moments are away from reeling how little the director cared about Thor and Vanity Fair. Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. Do we know anything about his? I mean, look, his episode of Mandalorian was very good, though. Star Wars allegedly seeking to do just the opposite, right? According to Disney insiders, not only is the company spend the upcoming year seeking to capitalize on the scheduled releases of Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, and Mandalorian Season 3, I think we got a good year of Star Wars, quite frankly. But also actually working with TTN, Watchmen, Damon Lindelof. Why did I say Watchmen? To help bring their products. I like Lindelof. I hate to tell you. I genuinely, I mean, Watchmen was awful whenever it's talking about black people, but when it talked about white people, it was very, very good. Yeah, this is insane. Well, they say they're about to announce a whole bunch of new Star Wars movies, right? They're doing Ray-led ones. I don't know. It's just going to be such a self-hone. It's just going to be such an insane self-hone. Let's look at the top 10 worst movies of 2022, right? I think that's something we need to take a look at. Number 10, Halloween Ends. I didn't know it was bad, right? Okay, so the final installment of this trilogy, starting off at one of the worst endings in the film trilogy cinematic history. Halloween Ends wraps things up with a stunning exercise in making the wrong creative decisions. And what they do every step of the way. For those hoping to see Michael Myers butchered as many people have thought, this is not the film for you. In fact, Michael Myers doesn't even appear until about an hour into the runtime. And if you want to see him kill someone, you have to wait an additional 30 minutes from the top to the bottom. Halloween Ends is a massive waste of time. 106 minutes of runtime is wasted on characters you don't care about, blah, blah, blah. Littered with plot and character, and character includes stupidity throughout. Okay, so it just wasn't very good, is what you're saying. Don't worry, darling. Yes, this is the what's the name one? But who wrote this one? 1950 housewife living with her husband in a utopian experimental community begins begins to worry that his glamorous company could be hiding disturbing secrets. Florence Pugh, or Pooh, however you pronounce it. Who directed this? I can't remember. Somebody truly vile, as I recall. Thor: Love and Thunder, number 8. Well, that makes sense. Didn't see it. No interest in seeing it at all whatsoever. Yeah, that looked like it would be terrible. Marry Me. Never even heard of that one. Musical Kat Valdez, Jennifer Lopez, and Bastian are getting married before the global audience of fans. When Kat learns only seconds before her vows that Bastian has been unfaithful, she instead decides to marry Charlie, who is just a stranger in the crowd. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense, right? Sarah Silverman's in it. I should definitely hate it then. The Menu. I saw this advertised. I have no idea what it's about. Young couple travel to a remote island to eat an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared lavish menu with some shocking surprise. The menu, predictable cinematic experience where you can figure out within the first 3 minutes that whenever the film inserts progressive story tropes into the plot, it becomes predictable and you can actually guess exactly where it's going. So I guess they're reading people. The cast is nothing more than a bunch of rich, entitled elitists with unlikable personalities, offering audiences absolutely no one to root for. The only person we're supposed to identify is a rude, arrogant protagonist. The only redeeming quality of the fact is, unlike other characters, is not rich. The entire premise. Okay, I have no interest. Scream. I can't. Why? Just why bring it back? Bodies. Never even heard of it. A group of 20-something plan a hurricane party in a remote. I can't. No. Woman King. That looked pretty darn awful. I have to agree with it. Not okay. Never even heard of it. And Pros. Yes. Probably the worst movie of all time. I would say that looks absolutely awful. Fine. I think with that, I'm going to wrap up. I will show you stuff we've got coming up. I mean, I haven't got the thumbnails made for tomorrow, mate. How can I tell you? A lot of news going down. We covered a lot of news tonight. I'm quite happy about that. Let's have a look at my thumbnail for tonight to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I think we covered everything. Hang on. Share screen. I'm always amazed when I get to everything I want to. Oh yes, we did the Meghan Markle story. We did that quite well, I think. We did the Bass story. We did Stephen Moffat returning. We even did a review of Derek. I'm quite impressed with myself. Disney doesn't know when to quit with their shite Star Wars Ray. Freaking Ray. Well, what they're saying is that Iger wants to recoup some of the money that they put into it. So they figured if we make a new series, maybe everyone will like it this time. Maybe everyone will like it this time. So with that, I will wrap up. As Darren M reminds me, with Dave Allen, you say good night, and may your God travel with you. May you